The highest seed possible that you can.
Try to at least secure home field for the wild card. Air one out. And it's not.
Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming.
Let's go, team. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Shoot.
On second down, he sets to fire deep. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the. Watson looks to throw again. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Logan takes 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Let's go. Let's bring it. Hurry. He's coming. We got double up. No. Check that. We got Mike 52 right here.
Here's Watson. Flushed out right. Got an open man. It's QT. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A good pickup there. 26 yards.
Check 26.
They run with Logan. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. T.J. Logan. Touchdown number 18 on the year. As his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. Elliott. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. Call it a gain of 3, but not. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
A loss of a yard on the play. Brings up
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. After one, a one-point game, 7-6. Taken in at the 11. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. To throw is Watson. It's caught by Sanders. It'll be a gain of 8 yards, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. This is Logan. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Got what he needed for the 1st down with a gain of 2.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And in the next breath, they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up 1st downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Watson just beating the play clock. It's complete to Fuller. That's good for a Texan 1st down, a 12-yard pickup.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. On 1st down, it's Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Watson. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and that'll make it 3rd down.
That's just flat out a terrific play, because it's rare that you see a hitch route batted down. That means someone read that one really well and was right on the spot when the ball got to the receiver.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
He punted 5 times in the win last week as this one's away. So they will accept the penalty and move forward. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll start the drive with Elliott. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half, maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later. I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense, and guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time, but you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
After the interception, here's Watson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw is Watson. Going to throw again. And his throw is incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
To throw on 3rd down, Watson. Flush to his right. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 12-yard line.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd down now. Pollard. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. 2nd quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
And now it's 1st and 10, a big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. After the penalty, it's Elliott. And he's going to be met at about the 43. J.J. Watt, the one that gets him down.
Success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? He's a really sharp, intelligent player, as well as a physical specimen.
A first down carry by Elliott. A gain of 3, second down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Second and 7 at the 21-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's second and 7.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son. Back, 36.
Prescott. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll need a big play here, will Dak and the Cowboys. After the sack, it's 3rd and long. Prescott from the gun. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Second and 10 from the 33-yard line. Watson throwing again. Going deep for Hopkins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Anthony Brown right there to knock it away.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. And that goes as a gain of 37 on 3rd down.
First down, Houston.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Put it down. Check 52 the mic. Check.
Again, it's Watson. Eluding the pressure right. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. After the incomplete pass here now is 2nd and 10.
52, Mike, 52. Let's go, D. Let's go. Switch. Jim,
Here's Watson to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. Open man here is Gentry. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
all day, dog. Switch. 24.
To the air yet again, Watson. Flushed out right. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds. Here's Michael Badgley ready for the field goal try. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. And that'll be off the crossbar and out. It's short. He couldn't get it there. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, he had that one on target. That's half the battle. The other half of the battle, however, is distance.
And he nearly had that, too. But it was a crossbar that said otherwise, and that'll deny him a shot at 3.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And he's going to be taken down here, as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've hit halftime on Turkey Day here in Dallas, as we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. 23 yards the pickup there.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Elliott. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels?
Going long here for Wallace. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And this will be taken at the 13. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Houston. One of the more impressive punt returns you will see. That one from 87 yards away. And the Texans push further out in front. A lot of times they want this guy just to try to flip field position. He flipped it all the way into the end zone.
Yeah, the rule of thumb is, can you pick up 10 yards? That's getting a first down. Instead, he takes it all the way and provides a big spark for his team.
This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working and call more of that.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. Prescott to throw it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Cooper's got it. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there. Prescott now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Gonna run again here with Pollard. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Now Prescott. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
No, check that. We want Mike to...
Watson on first down. Flush to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard, but I will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter.
That's mine.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Watson. Dancing to his left. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. So they were down by a touchdown, probably just hoping the defense could hold them, maybe force the punt. Instead, they forced the turnover and take it into the house.
Well, the plan was perfect. That's exactly what they wanted. Instead, they got a lot more than that. Big-time capitalization by taking the ball away and putting it in the end zone.
And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number 1 because margin for error is starting to slip away. Now it's down to a 1-score game.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. DeMarcus Lawrence, what a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Watson. Open man is QT, complete. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Watson now on third down. Eluding the pressure right. He's got Fuller. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a fourth down. The Texans send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
We're on to the fourth here on Thanksgiving Day. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They keep on the ground with Elliott. And this will go for 5 up to the 33.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
They go to Elliott again. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 43-yard line.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Here's Elliott. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Brandon, this can be so demoralizing for a defense. They've had 2 opportunities to get off the field. They haven't gotten it done. So now your coordinator, he's going to call every blitz that he has, any type of exotic, something that they haven't seen before. And he's also telling the defensive lineman, don't worry about holding people up. Just get in gaps and try to make a big play.
And not only not getting off the field on 2 opportunities, clock continuing to run. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Elliott running right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ezekiel Elliott hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 5. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Now a pass, and it's complete to QT. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Let's put that team on the punt. 36. Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4, Mike spot 4. Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. He's tired of me. 54. Kill. Shit. 54.
Back to throw, Watson. Incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
We own it. Shoot. Hey, 31. Right there. 54 Mike.
Now a give, right side. Logan. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
54 Mike. Check. Watch 54. I'm coming. SOS. 54. SOS.
Maybe a free play for Watson. And he's going to go down, but a penalty marker too, and they might very well have jumped the snap there. So that one will be accepted. And they still need 6 yards here on 3rd down after the penalty.
Hey, check. 3 now. 4. Mike spot 4. Here we go. Hey, watch that.
From the gun, here's Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down. Watson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
54 right there.
On 1st down, Watson escaping the pressure right. Now he'll pull it down. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Check 26. Showing up.
Now it's Watson. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Here we go. Watch the pass. Hey, 54. Watch twins. Hey, watch Where you at? Where you at? Where you at?
Watson. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. And he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Elliott on first down, got to get this back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Blitz coming, and down he goes. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that 4th quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the 4th quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Cowboys, they keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 8-3 on the year.